Oregon exposure video. So on June 4th of this year, Libs of TikTok posted a video that went viral. A man by the name of Thomas Collins, who went viral last year from an inflation video, has gone viral once again. He witnessed a man naked in his yard in front of his son, and he called the police about it. And we will play the clip for you now.
You're saying in the state of Oregon, someone can walk up to your 2-year-old kid completely bare naked, and that's not a crime? Even if it's on your property?
Correct. Well, so it's trespassing, but what I'm saying is there's no laws against the actual nudity portion of it.
So you can expose yourself to children in Oregon?
Again, if you're not doing it for sexual gratification or the gratification of somebody else, yes, you are allowed to walk around in public naked.
On private property, this is where I live, and someone just came and exposed themselves to my 2-year-old boy, and this officer's saying that it's not a crime. So a naked person came up onto my property here, approached my 2-year-old kid, completely naked, which I ran over to him and covered his eyes so he wouldn't see. My obvious thought is to call 911 as someone's indecently exposing themselves to my child on my property. At what point did this become a normal and acceptable thing to do? The cops will literally do nothing about it. They're basically saying we have to wait for that person to do something more serious to your kid before we can intervene.
So basically, the cop didn't do anything about it. Basically, the cop found out that this was... He got all the information of what happened, and the cop's like, hey, guess what? That's not illegal. We're not going to do anything about it. And I just think the law is super dumb. Now, here's the Daily Mail's article on this situation. So this comes from the Daily Mail. An Oregon man raged at the police officer during a disagreement over the state laws permitting public nudity in front of children. As all people should be. Hello? I don't even think parents should be able to be naked in front of their kids after a certain age. I think that's just kind of weird. I don't know about you. I just think that's weird. Nonetheless, a stranger is nude in front of your kid. Like, come on, dude. So Thomas Collins, a father from Bend, Oregon. I guess that's a town. I guess it's just called Bend. Like, Bend. So he filmed a heated confrontation after a naked stranger allegedly walked onto his property in front of his 2-year-old son. The video, which racked up more than 800,000 views since it was posted on June 4th, begins in the middle of Collins' conversation with Officer Jeremy Avery of the Bend Police Department. Quote, you are saying in the state of Oregon someone can walk up to your 2-year-old son completely naked and it's not a crime, even if it's on your own property, Collins demanded. Correct. Well, so it's trespassing, but what I'm saying is that there's no law against the actual nudity portion of it. So this is that's what the police officer said. There's no law against nudity in at least this city. So a lot of people are misunderstanding the law in Oregon. So part of the law so let's say it's Portland, Oregon, you're allowed to be naked there. For some reason, you're allowed to be naked there. Or no, you're not allowed to be naked in Portland. There's a strict law against that, except for like one day a year, but we'll get to that later. Whereas in the rest of the state, I guess it's allowed, which just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Avery responds, as Collins continues to press him, Avery clarifies that people can walk around in public naked on private property as long as they aren't doing it for sexual gratification. Now, isn't this a stupid loophole? Like, how am I supposed to prove whether or not somebody is doing something for sexual gratification? And then where does the sexual gratification stop? If if a woman is in a bikini and she's doing that for sexual gratification, is that more illegal than me being naked if I'm not doing it for sexual gratification but she is? Does that make hers illegal and mine not? If she's naked and I'm naked and I'm doing it for sexual gratification and she's not, the law doesn't make sense. The law should not be subjective. It should be objective. Law should be clear, cut, and dry. If you did this thing, you go to jail. Boom. That's how the court system should be ran, but it's not. Our laws are excruciatingly vague. Our laws are stupid. We have a terrible justice system, and that's why we need lawyers. Unless we overhaul the justice system entirely, our justice system is going to continue to suck. And we're going to continue to have stupid laws like this one here, and the one that we talked about 2 days ago a few days ago on the show, where sexual abusers are allowed to sexually abuse people as long as they're within 10 years of the age of the person they abused. Anyway, public nudity is broadly legal under Oregon law, but different cities and counties may have their own regulations. In Portland, for example, Title 14 of the city code makes it illegal for any person to expose his or her genitalia while in a public place. This is what I was talking about earlier. If the place is open or available to a person of the opposite sex. So basically, it's talking about, like, obviously bathrooms, men's locker rooms, maybe the sauna, I'd imagine. I've never been in a sauna. I don't know much about saunas. But yeah, that's what that's talking about. You can't be naked in public unless it's a private area, obviously. Like a bathroom, basically. However, the conversation doesn't stop there, as the city hosts an annual nude bike ride that is legally permissible. Nudity is a form of protest in regard under state law, and organizers insist they are striving to draw attention to the issue of bike safety and pollution. Ah, yes, pollution. So, basically, it's like the purge. At least that's what I understand this as. It's essentially the purge. Because you get one day a year where it's legal to be naked all you want as long as you're riding on a bike. Hopefully your bikes have seats. And seat covers. Ugh. To be held in violation of Oregon's state law, a person must engage in sexual intercourse, masturbation, or expose their genitalia with intent of arousing and sexual desire of a person or another person. So, this is the other part where the law gets kind of weird. Because, like I mentioned before, if she's naked and she's not sexually aroused or anything like that, she's being naked for freedom, but I do become sexually aroused, does that make her now a criminal? Because technically that's a violation of the law, because she's naked and she's making me sexually aroused. So how does that work? How does that make a lot of sense? It doesn't. This is a dumb law. And like I said before, why is the law so vague? Why does the law have to be so vague? This makes zero sense at all. How do you prove intent? How do you prove whether or not someone intentionally did something? Especially with something like this. It's just weird. Some viewers pointed out that the cop, like Avery, Some viewers pointed out that cops like Avery simply enforce the law as it is written. This is a quote, Brother called him worthless, but the dude can't just falsely arrest somebody, which is a stupid opinion to have, because just because something is a law does not make something justified. For example, slavery used to be legal. Racial segregation used to be legal. Beating your kid half to death with a garden hose used to be legal. Many things that are bad things used to be legal at one point. Selling cigarettes to children used to be legal. I could keep going on of all these stupid laws of that used to be legal. And if you think like this, then you are justifying all of these different things. That's another abortion argument I use. One of the abortion arguments is it's okay because it's legal. It's like, okay, slavery was legal. So according to people like this, anything that is legal is okay. Is basically what they believe. Another user remarked, others encouraged... Okay, that's the other quote. Other users encouraged Collins to read up on local laws and lobby lawmakers to make a change, which should happen. That's the real solution. The real solution is to change the law and fix it. Thank you for watching all the way through the end. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, you can tune into my full show to watch all of my episodes early. And as always, God bless.